What's up, everyone? Welcome back to episode of the Heel Hookers podcast, episode 192. We are back with a whole bunch of good stuff to talk about coming up this weekend. Most important, obviously, none other than PFL 7, the best.
Right. You do this every time.
Just what's better than PFL every weekend?
Fabian Edwards and Josh Silveira is so much better than the main event of 317.
Yeah, the better Edwards brother fighting the
Edwards brother
fighting the son of the famous coach at ATT. Clearly a better fighter than that guy. He's just a coach.
Are you done?
Yep.
Okay.
You done with it?
Is it time to talk about UFC now? Is
Yeah.
that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Is that all right?
PFL 7 exists.
Hey, we got a great fight at 135 pounds for PFL 7 featured bout. Sergio Pettis taking on Rafion Stotts. I'm actually really excited for that one. I feel like that should be. I mean, like, I don't know if it's going to end up being like the best, most fun fight on the card, but easily the two highest level fighters fighting each other on that card for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I agree.
So that one, it's gonna be the same as like the Archie and Mansoor one, right? Where the winner of this gets a 135 title fight.
Who's the champ?
What's the championship? Is it PFL Road to Dubai Championship Series?
Who's the champ?
I was about to say the champion was.
What's going on? That's my point. What is this fight for?
I don't know. It's for funsies.
What is going on? What are any of the titles anymore? You know?
Who cares?
I want to know.
I was about to say that's kind of my sentiments. You know, is it really fun fight? I don't need a reason for it. It's PFL.
Probably.
I hope.
Oh,
you hope?
Yeah, he's winning. I had to check to make sure he was still young because I really wasn't sure.
Yeah, well, like 30?
31.
Yep. Yeah, just super young. Yeah, he got into the UFC real early 20s, I'm pretty sure.
And I thought he was one of those guys, so that's why I just wanted to double check that I was correct on him being young like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't realize Sergio Pettis had a boxing match this year.
Damn, really? I did not know that.
Yeah, March.
Crazy.
He lost via unanimous decision.
Yeah, it's fine. He's a real MMA guy, you know.
Oh, he also fought up at 145.
Crazy. I guess he's been doing something since it took him a while to get a fight in PFL. Makes sense. No one can get a fight in PFL anymore if you have any bit of a name.
Yeah, I mean,
so,
I'm sorry, but can we move on from this? I know we got PFL, but I'm excited to talk about 317. None of this matters.
So this was apparently Anthony Pettis' promotion versus
heavyweight 185.
An Indian promotion. Because this was Road to IP. Yeah, I know.
Ginger's talking about some fucking whack shit. I don't even know what he's going on. That is something. You just don't even want to be here, and you just already want to talk about UFC. I'm just trying to talk about the shit that I got in front of me. What the fuck? What's going on here?
I'm sorry, but I can't say that I'm excited for. Like Fabian Edwards and Josh Silveira seems like the most real fight because Phil Davis and Sullivan Cauley, Dalton Rosta and Aaron Jeffrey, Shoeface and Simeon Powell. Come on. Oh, we got Valentin Moldavsky and Romanov.
Yeah, that literally.
No. We're gonna stop it right the fuck there. You're gonna read off everything on the main card, and then you of all people, we got Moldavsky versus Romanov. That's
it's
the
gonna
shit.
Be a shit.
Like,
it's gonna be a bad fight. But I want to see Romanov do good things,
brother. Shoeface and Simeon Powell is a way better, more intriguing, way higher level.
I just said I don't think it's gonna be good. I was just like, for my own personal, I hope Romanov can do good things.
It's just crazy.
That's all.
There's no respect to former PFL champ Shoeface. No respect to rising contender and Simeon Powell. No respect to rising contender and Dalton Rosta, who's been doing his thing in Bellator for a while. No respect to Phil Davis, who's about to fucking win the whole goddamn tournament.
Shoeface just hasn't looked good, so I'm not excited for that fight.
Yeah, I was about to say.
That's my bad.
I'm not really excited for him.
He's the guy that Darsh chokes Sadabusi. Okay. Mm-hmm. Don't remember him. He lost to this guy already. His one loss is to the guy he's about to fight.
Yeah, so let's go. Rematch.
Yeah, that's cool.
If he wins, he gets the winner of
I'm sorry, it's just so overshadowed, you know?
I get it, but I don't know. There's still good things. We got Biagio, Ali Walsh back. We got back. But yeah. Fine, we can fucking move on since you hate it so goddamn much. I don't even care to talk about the UFC anymore, man.
Kind of just
That's crazy. We got better things to talk about.
Crushed all my hopes and dreams of and love of PFL coming up.
Sorry.
I'm ready for a nap. Mind if I go home and lie down and watch TV so my face isn't beat red for my family photos later tonight?
Yeah, you can go home and lay down.
Thank you. Moving on to UFC 317. I guess technically it's a better card this weekend. I guess on paper.
Like, infinitely.
On paper, leading in, sure, it's better. But hey, last week PFL came out the better event, so you know, we'll see. We'll see.
I was still more excited about the UFC event, and I was still happier about things that happened after everything was all said and done. So
I get it.
Yeah. Especially like this week, because we're gonna have some clarity in some divisions after this week, you know.
Yeah, UFC 317. It's a pretty damn good card. International Fight Week. We're finally here. This main event, oh my goodness, so many feelings and emotions for this fight. Ilia Topuria, former UFC featherweight champion, vacated the title, moved up for this 155-pound title shot, undefeated in the UFC and in his career, taking on former champ Charles Oliveira. There's just so much with this fight that it's like I don't even know where to start with it. I feel like just if anything, the first thing, just the story for either one of them, if they're able to get this win in this fight. For Oliveira, everybody knows the ups and downs of his UFC run. Just at the start, just was never looked at as any sort of this is someone that's going to do any real major things, going to be a legend or any, you know what I mean? Goes on his goddamn legendary run, getting the title, dominating all the top people in the most glorious fashion possible, loses to Islam, comes back, to get the win over Beneil, loses to Arman, gets the win over Chandler now. And if he's able to come back and be the first one to get a win over Ilia Topuria and regain the crown in because if he wins, he's gonna stop him. You know what I mean? I know he went to a decision with Michael Chandler. This fight is not going to a decision. If he's able to do that, what a fucking legendary career for Charles Oliveira. At that point, I feel like he should just retire and just end it at that. He doesn't need any more time. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things where it's that's just.
I get what you're saying, but going from title holder vacating to the title holder who wins after that retiring just would be so wild.
It's 155. It's fine.
Yeah, it's been fucked forever. Charles can do whatever the fuck he wants. You know what I mean? He's got a movie coming out about his life now. This is true. He does have a biopic. To end it. If he got the win, that's the perfect way to end the UFC run, the perfect way to end his career. Just walk away on top with all the glory. You know what I mean? It would just be absolutely incredible.
Mm-hmm. It would be a really good just bookend to his career.
Yeah. But I mean, we all know Oliveira. He wouldn't do that. He's going to be like, I'm the champ. I'm the best. I'm back.
The champion has a name.
And then he's going to defend against Max Holloway more than likely in the first one. But so that would just be awesome for Oliveira though. But for motherfucking Ilia, he goes out there and in back-to-back fights gets stoppage wins over fucking Alexander Volkanovski, Max Holloway, and then Charles Oliveira. 3 goddamn fan favorites in the sport right now, all-time fan favorites at the top right. You're going to have a lot of people that are going to fucking hate him and just want to see him lose because of what he's done. But that's the perfect way to start a legendary run and to be a legend yourself and to become a fan favorite, because that's exactly how it started for Volkanovski. dude beat up Max, and everyone was like, "Fuck you." And then he just kept on winning, and it was like, "Well, you're the guy."
To be fair, I get what you're saying there, but also that was a close fight that people thought Max did win, so it was a little different.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it happened twice where they went to the instant rematch, just as close, if not closer, of a fight. But like also like the implications on if either fighter wins, right? Because Oliveira wins, you can go to Holloway very easily. Like that fight happened so long ago. It was freak injury that happened very early in the first round.
Yeah.
Cool. Ilia wins. That really does open up the chance for like Gaethje to slide in there, because do we really want to go to Max Ilia new weight division so soon?
I mean, the fans and everyone, no. Like that is for sure. Like, but that's where it's also even just like hard though, because to like, on the point of like if Ilia gets it done, he has clearly shown that everything he does, he just like the next move has to be bigger. So if he goes out there and he like stops Charles Oliveira, beating Justin Gaethje, that's not bigger. That's a step back in all reality. You know what I mean? Like he got the win over Volk, and it's like, yeah, Volk's a better fighter than Max, but being able to like potentially stop Max like he did, like that's a bigger thing. If Islam, like Ilia already says it, if Islam captures the 170-pound title, his ass is going to do everything to push the UFC to let him bounce up and fight Islam for that 170 title. Like that is still like this is still something that like Islam and Ilia, like they are still tied. Like how Islam's career goes, that's still gonna affect Ilia, and like what happens, like everything is still kind of in play with each other of the results of everything and what happens. Because Ilia is a big enough star that I feel like the UFC would allow him to become like to try and become the first triple champ.
Possible. It's just one of those things where it's just like they're eventually gonna be like, okay, dude, you gotta pump the brakes a little bit. We can't have this always jump, because then like after he does that, what's bigger than that? You know what I mean? Like maybe taking the O off Shavkat, but like not really.
He's already said that like, he just wants he wants to come in and like he's like, I forget when it was, but I'm pretty sure it was like 2 years ago. He's like, I want to be retired in 5 years or something. Like it was he's not gonna be around and like, oh, I want to defend my title 5 times, or like that's not like he's gonna come in, do the biggest things that he can. And it's like if he goes out there, stops Oliveira, and he's just like, I wanna like, and Islam wins, and like he's like, I want to move up and fight Islam and do that, and like the UFC is just like, no, like whatever. I feel like shit's gonna get held up and there's gonna be problems, and like it's just instantly gonna like turn into something, because it's
Ilia said he would fight Patty.
That's true. Yeah, that's
so he's that like, would be. Want me to defend? I'll defend against Patty, and then I want that Islam fight.
Yeah, I did forget about that.
But it is also dependent on Islam winning.
Yes,
because I wonder if he's gonna decide, like, you know what I mean, what his path is from there. Is he gonna expect Islam to move down and then be like, okay, I want to fight him here, or like, you know what I mean? Is he then at that point gonna be like, well, I'm at 155, I'll defend it for a little bit and then still retire when he wants to? Is he gonna see a fight at 170 with someone that's holding the belt and be like, I still think I can beat that guy, and push for that? Like, I don't know.
I do think that if he gets the win, Islam loses, and then let's say like he defends against Patty, you know what I mean? And then if he ends up like winning that one, having 2 title defenses, I could potentially see him wanting to be like, well, let me break the record, you know, like that. That is a possibility, but like it's I'm not sure, because then it's like he could end up with like a defense against Max, you know what I mean? Potentially, like I could see there being like enough fights that are big enough that he's like, I'll stick around to do that.
Right.
Okay.
Because I mean, so that's definitely a possibility. Fucking shit, Volk might end up wanting to move up, like the, you know what I mean? Like if he gets another title defense, just defending, his ass is gonna move up and be like, I want that back. So like he could easily end up with 2 title defenses at 155 that are, it's just his 145 title reign. You know what I mean? Like So yeah, it could definitely just it's all over the place if Ilia wins. Like it's going to be very dependent on a lot of moving factors for sure. And it's just funny how it's like I feel like with Ilia, it's been like he's been involved of like 3 different titles in like 3 different divisions are all kind of intertwined with each other of how things move. You know what I mean? And it's like. If he wins, it could still kind of end up that way, especially if Volkanovski stays the champ and if Islam gets the title. It's like shit is going to be very interesting on how everything plays out on the top of those divisions because of all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is what it is.
But with the fight in general, I feel like Ilya's going to do everything he can to try and get Oliveira out of there in round 1. Because I know, because I forget if, like, the Volkanovski fight, he said he would knock him out in the first round. I know he said that he was going to knock out Max in the first round at one point. And I know he said something about finishing Oliveira in the first. I wonder, getting Max out of there in the third and, it just taking that little bit of time. Oliveira, much more a fighter that's a glass cannon that can be ran through. I wonder if he really wants to hold true to that, prediction and really get him out of there in under 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It is a lot easier to hurt Oliveira than it is to hurt Max. For sure. Predicting, saying you want to knock out Max all the way in the first round is just crazy, considering he had not been TKO'd before. And, so, no, it is one of those things. I think he has the power to do it. I think he has the striking ability to do it, especially, with someone like Oliveira, who does like to step in a lot and, or, throw those, that jumping front kick teep.
Mm-hmm.
He gets out of the way of that. He can just throw one right down the middle and really rock Oliveira like that.
Oh, yeah.
The only reason why I don't think that he's actually going to, and I don't know why he keeps saying it, and there's nothing wrong with waiting and everything I'm about to say. But sorry, but it's he's a very smart fighter.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't know why he's acting like, oh yeah, first round finish, as if he's going out there with some type of reckless abandonment where he's just going to go in there and just find this one big shot and do that. We see it in his fights where he is very willing to take his time. The Volk fight, for instance, he did not do much that first round. And he was simply just kind of finding his rage, finding his movement, finding what would work, and then found it in round 2 with no problem. Max Holloway, he's finding the rhythm. He is finding his boxing flow with him. He is in and out of the shots. He is just really finding that movement. And then he found it by round 3. You know what I mean? He's not the person that just goes out there and is I'm just going to throw some stupid, crazy shots at you and you're going to go down and I'm going to follow it up. No, he's smart. He has high fight IQ. He knows how to find these shots and he's willing to go out there and kind of get that feel to do it. So I don't know why he keeps saying first round. Even if Oliveira is coming out there, I feel like he's going to know that Oliveira is dangerous. He's bigger than him. He's taller, taller, longer. He has big power. He has good submissions and everything. I don't think that even with him being glass cannon that he's going to be willing to just go out there and do that. You know what I mean?
No,
and
I
on
get
some
that.
Smart shit, not on some oh, he's scared of him, I feel like he's going to feel him out and find the right shot like he always does. He might find it by round 2, but I'm just not sure about round 1. Maybe late in round 1.
I was going to say, it just kind of all depends on what Oliveira's game plan is, because he is someone who is pressure forward and tries to find things. He might go in crazy and then just get countered. He could go in for, let's just say a takedown, and then, Ilia tries for a Darce or a guillotine or something, because we got to keep remembering, he has great jiu-jitsu himself, so it's possible to get that off on Oliveira. So it's just
for sure.
I could see... Out of the last 3 fights he would have been saying it, this is the one I would be I can see him doing it in the first.
Yeah, and because like I said, with the Volkanovski, I don't remember if he did or not. And I feel like it was less of that, and I think it was just Max and Oliveira. But because if it was just Max and this one, I wonder if because you're 100% right that he doesn't fight in that way of I'm trying to get you out like that. I wonder if it was just pre-fight looking at Max and Oliveira styles. He's just they're extremely hittable. I can just land a shot and do it. And so just thinking that it's I'm going to be patient, find my time, but I'm going to land the shot and that's going to be it, whereas if he didn't say it with Hulk, it's he's a very good mover, extremely technical with the feints and everything, and just a much harder guy to just kind of clip very early. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But Yeah, it's I'm just so scared for Oliveira in this one, man, because it's like I do think that he is gonna, like, even like you said, he doesn't fight in that way, but I do think he's gonna have the potential to find it in the first round because, like you said, Ginger, like Oliveira is a pressure forward fighter. And it's like Ilia is patient and, like, you know, he's smart. Like, he will back up at times, but it's not like he's not going to just be like, oh, backing up, circling around. No. Like, he wants to, like, make his reads be in there, push forward too, but, like, he's very methodical about it. So I really just wonder with both of them just coming at each other of, like, not really wanting to, like, just give too much ground. I just don't think it's going to last too long. I feel like Oliveira's
going to go late, you know, but like, I just wouldn't be surprised at it not going, like, getting finished in the first round. You know?
I get what you're saying. I'm just seeing, like, what he did against Islam, like what Charles did against Islam, and him doing something similar against Ilia, and Ilia catching him for it, and then, like, either a ground and pound finish or, like, another arm triangle or something like that. I could just see that happening. Like, that is so live and just in my head that I think that is more than likely what's going to happen.
And that's very fair. I wouldn't be surprised. Ilia, he's definitely going to have to watch out for just the length and the power and everything from Oliveira, because it's like, obviously Ilia, he's a big puncher, but it's like, and like he did show, like, his power at 155 previously against Jai Herbert, you know what I mean? But it's like he struggled at 145, and now he's like coming up to, you know, not have as bad of a weight cut, where Oliveira's killing himself at this point to make 155, you know? So it's like, he is going to be much bigger, much more physical. Can't wait to see how the grappling plays out, because it's like, aside from, like, someone getting touched and hurt, you know what I mean? Like, just open, raw, like, just going for the grappling. I have no fucking idea who's going to be winning that and how that actually goes, you know? So it's
and, like,
super intriguing fight.
Speaking of killing himself for the weight cut, the one thing we have not really talked about all that much is Ilia Topuria's body work. That is something that could easily also get Oliveira out of there. It's like, he's a bit chinny, but, like, his recoverability is really good usually.
Yeah.
So if he goes to the body, that's going to be the biggest thing, is, like, your body does not recover as well as when you get rocked.
Just start zapping at, like, his ability, the gas tank and everything, you know what I mean? His ability to just eat at the will in him, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, that the body shots like that would just be super smart to just go to that early. Oliveira is obviously going to be the way more dynamic striker between the two of them, with just his entire kicking game, just the where he's throwing his shots and the type of shots, you know what I mean? Ilia, just that very basic, just kind of plotty boxer, you know what I mean? But we've seen how effective it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah. Great fight. I can't wait to see how it plays out. It's going to be so goddamn. This co-main event, I am also really excited for. It is going to be so much fun for as long as it lasts. Motherfucking Alexandre Pantoja, 3 title defenses under his belt, looking to get another one. It is pretty goddamn crazy that with all these title defenses, with just everything that he's done and as good as he's shown to be, still ranked number 10 pound for pound in the UFC.
It's so crazy.
Because it's one of those things where it's like, you know, it's like hear people talk about it and it's just like, oh yeah, like accolades, and it's like, oh, he should be like top 5 or like, you know, certain spots, and it's like he should be higher up, like in the pound for pound rankings for sure. It's like, I definitely do think he's still solidly behind like Islam, Ilia, Merab, you know what I mean? Because of just like pure, like just the actual technique and ability, because this dude is just a fucking marauder.
And to be fair, like, there are certain people who should be higher than other people. Like, Volkanovski should be above Dricus. Like, Dricus should not be top 5. Top 10, fair, fine. Top 5, no.
Yeah, but that's where it's hard too, because it's just like, where do like skills really stack up against people? You know, like you really can't rank that. You just got to kind of have them like off to the side, like he's in here, but you can't really rank him. You know what I mean?
But I'm also of the opinion not every champion is a pound for pound should be on the pound for pound list. I'm also one of those guys, so I'll.
Yeah.
You know
Either
what I mean?
way, though, motherfucking Pantoja, he's getting this title defense against Kai Kara-France. It is their second time meeting up. First time professionally, the second time overall because they fought on the Ultimate Fighter. I honestly, it's like we've just with so many of these Pantoja fights, like at any point his chin can just go and he's not going to be the same. But until that happens, there ain't nobody that's probably going to beat him. Kai Kara-France, in my opinion, only has like a puncher's chance in this one.
Yeah.
So unless he can be that person to do it, I don't see him winning this fight.
And I just don't think he is. I feel like Pantoja's about to catch a sub on him or something.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking as well.
Just the pressure of Pantoja is going to be too much. The diversity of his abilities is going to be too much. It's like Kai is definitely like, he's obviously not some like amazing grappler, but he does have very solid defensive grappling. So it's like, I honestly feel like it's going to be probably more, it's going to be kind of like the Brandon Moreno one in a way where it's like, just the hands are going to be too much. And I honestly feel like Pantoja might try and go to the body like Moreno did and get him out of there in that same kind of a way. But I feel like Pantoja is just going to be way too much for Kai Kara-France at this point. Like he just doesn't have the overall skills to win over 25 minutes. Like,
no, I feel the exact same way. The only reason I give Kai Kara-France chance is that puncher's chance. And if anyone has the power to do it, probably Kai.
Yeah, definitely the biggest one-shot puncher in the division for sure.
So that's kind of his best shot. Like, because he's not going to out-volume Pantoja. He's not going to out-cardio Pantoja.
Not going to out-grapple.
Not going to out-grapple him. His one shot is a, like, one-shot KO or getting him hurt and then TKOing him. That is what he has to do to win.
Yeah, and it's like, with Pantoja's last fight, he just the knee that he took from fucking Kai Asakura, man. It's like, I don't know if Kai can physically punch harder than what that knee produced. You know what I mean? Brother, like that's it's.
He might not be able to
like,
physically produce it. It'd have to be one of those Pantoja going in, like Curtis Blades going in for a take down Derek Lewis while he throws an uppercut situation, like bodies meet, all that.
Yeah, but didn't he go into that knee when he?
I think he did.
He was shooting a takedown on that knee,
he was.
And then he just shot the takedown. I don't know what the fuck that man is made of. Like, it is absolutely insane. It's just crazy.
No, for real.
Pantoja in under 3 rounds, in my opinion.
Yeah, same.
Let's go.
Under 3, 2.5.
Something like that. Featured bout, also a fight in the flyweight division, could end up producing the next title challenger if the blue corner wins, because we all know the UFC just wants Brandon Royval to lose. They're not giving him another shot at the title. All of these fights they're putting him in, they're telling the other guy that if you beat him, you're getting a title shot. They are not saying that to Royval at all. It was supposed to be Beneil Kopp. That's how the situation was. Kopp pulls out, in steps in our boy and my draft pick, Joshua Van.
Yep. It's just the biggest thing with me is this a step too far?
More than likely.
Because it's one of those things where it's just like, damn, going from what was
Bruno Silva?
Yeah, what was he ranked 14?
12 or 14, something like that.
To going from that to going to the number one guy, one of the 3 best flyweights on the fucking planet right now.
Yeah.
That is
Bruno Silva being his only top win.
Yeah.
Yes, this does put him on a 4-fight winning streak since his loss, but it hasn't even been a year since he lost.
Yep.
So when he got knocked out by Charles Johnson, where it's like, yeah, he was looking good in that fight up until that happened, but if Charles Johnson is landing that one shot to just knock you the fuck out, Royval can find that shot.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm scared for our boy.
Yeah, Royval 4 inches taller, 3-inch reach advantage, and it's just the levels. Like I said, 4-fight winning streak, but it's Edgar Shires, Cody Durden, Ray Saruya, Bruno Silva. They're all decent, but when you have Royval that's on a winning streak, not including Pantoja in this, but like Tyra, Brandon Moreno, Mateus Nicolau, Matt Schnell, but like it's just all top wins, and
even before that, Green, he was the top ranked guy, in the UFC. 2 losses, Moreno an injury, and then to Pantoja, Kai Kara France, Tim Elliott. You know what I mean? Top ranked guys. He has literally only fought top ranked guys in the UFC ever.
Right.
Saying that these
two because he came in and made his debut against Tim Elliott.
Yeah. He has never not fought a top 10 guy in the UFC. No, and he's 7-3. One of those being an injury, the other 2 losses to the same guy.
Who's our current champion?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's fucking rough, man.
Yeah, and the fact that these two are almost 10 years apart, and Royval's not even 33 years old yet.
Yeah.
That is the biggest indicator to me that this is probably just one of the biggest steps too far you could have. Because Joshua Van is 23 years old, and it's has only one win in the top 15.
Yeah.
It just fought literally a month ago.
Yeah. And it's his obviously, he only has one UFC, but that one loss, he said, knocked out by Charles Johnson. Guy clearly outside the top 15. Very skilled, very fun fighter, but he's clearly flawed. And so boxing of him, I do see the path where the pressure in the boxing, if his defense can hold tight and he doesn't get clipped, he could end up doing more and winning the fight if he's able to stop the takedowns and you know what I mean? But Royval should easily have the skills overall to just get this done across 15 minutes. Whether it's by decision, whether it's by a finish, knockout sub, Royval can win this fight in any way, and he probably should.
Yeah.
He should, yeah.
Let's go. If Van gets it done, though, his ass is getting a shot at the title, which is just absolutely
I don't want to see him fight Pantoja, man.
Brother, if he goes out there and just beats, legitimately beats Royval, then...
I know, I'm just saying.
I don't care if he was fucking 18 years old. He's got the skills to pay the bills. Put him in the title fight. That's it. You have someone that we just said the only person to legitimately beat Royval in the UFC is Pantoja. You beat him, you're fighting Pantoja.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're a 12-year-old kid. You deserve the title.
I get it. I do. I worry about people too much,
No, I do get it. It's...
Bro, imagine being a fight fan and being no, their health. I love myself.
Bro, I get it. I get it. What do you think it's like to be a Max Holloway fan? I know what the end of this probably looks like, and I've been horrified for a decade.
Yeah. And it's going to be so... if Van does win against Royval, and then does win against Pantoja, holy fuck.
Get ready for a DJS title run.
That is going to be interesting as hell, because you got people like Amir Albaz versus Tyra coming up. You got Suman Mabaya versus Alex Perez.
Alex Perez is fighting Steve Erceg. Stu's fighting
Ramazan.
Yeah.
And then Tim Elliott is fighting Kai Asakura. We got people coming up in the division, and it's going to be real interesting. Tagir just got a win and should be fighting higher in the division.
Yep. It's it really does suck that if Pantoja loses, the UFC probably doesn't give him an instant rematch just for the health of the division. You know what I mean? But it's there's a lot going on right now that it's if Pantoja does end up losing the title, there's a lot of good things that can happen. You know what I mean? For the division and just movement, new fights and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, it just very interesting fight. Let's see how that one plays out. Let's go.
Yep.
Next fight on the main card, another draft fight. This one for Kate.
The first one was for me too with Ilia. So this is the...
Yeah. This is your third one, because you also have Royval, right?
Yeah, I also have Royval. Yeah. So, I have 3 draft picks on this card, and they're all on the main card. So this is my third one of the night, actually, in Moicano versus Benny.
Taking on Beneil Dariush. Very similar experience between them. Benny's record 22-6-1 overall. Moicano's record 26-1 overall. It's only a 2-fight difference. Pretty similar UFC records. Benny only has 4 more wins and an extra draw in there.
Similar height, similar reach.
Same age.
I was about to say, they are 2 weeks and 1 day apart in age.
Yeah, whole lot of similarities there, but their games pretty damn different. I know that like me and Kay, we've gone back and forth on this one so goddamn much.
We have.
Yeah.
I love Moicano. I've been on his I've been so excited and I've been believing him in him. Yeah, let's go. For every single one of the fights, I picked his ass in fucking Tapology against Islam Makhachev.
That's how much of a fucking hater he is.
That's how much I wanted to believe in Moicano, and he's not winning this fight.
You're such a dumb bum.
He is not winning it. There is nothing Moicano has in his arsenal that can get a win over Beneil Dariush, in my opinion. He does not have the wrestling that is going to take Benny down. He does not have the striking that's going to be too effective and that's going to hurt him. Benny's going to walk forward as the southpaw, make absolute easy work of nullifying the jab of Moicano, land big left hands on him, probably hurt him and knock him out, but Moicano's going to get too hurt, shoot on a takedown, and he's getting Darce choked within the first 2 rounds. He is getting fucked up by Benny, and it sucks to say, but it is happening.
Benny hasn't gotten a knockout in 5 years.
I said he's going to sub him with a Darce choke.
He hasn't gotten a sub in 6 years.
Don't care. Who's
the
last one he subbed? Drew Dober?
No.
Oh.
Nope.
Frank Camacho. Last person he knocked out was Scott Holtzman, and he missed weight in that fight.
Spin back fist against Hot Sauce, though. That's good.
Yeah, and he was 3 pounds fat.
That was a good knockout, though.
Anyway, irrelevant. Benny is not significantly better, as you state he is. He's pretty on par with Moicano. And the biggest difference as of right now is that Benny has 1 foot out the door. Fighters say it all the time that mentality is such a big part of the fight game. And he has been contemplating because his last 2 fights, he got knocked out in the first round pretty easily, obviously by the top guy. So I'm not trying to talk shit about it, but it's that does a lot to somebody, especially when you are a bit older. You have Moicano that's age is just a number. I can't afford to lose. This is my time to fucking shine. And then you have Benny that's man, I'm 36. I'm getting knocked out. I don't know if I want to do this anymore. Taking his time off, which obviously could be good for him, but it's the way that he's acting where it's just he doesn't really know about the path of his career. But you got Moicano, I can't afford to lose. I'm ready to fight. I want to keep fighting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just think that he's going to go out there and have way more of a willingness to get it done. And I think that he is going to have stuff for Benny. I don't think Benny's going to knock him out. Although, he might give him some problems. I disagree with that, but Moicano's getting him down.
That's all well and good, but legitimately, Moicano does not have the wrestling, does not have the striking.
He has it.
No, he doesn't. He has never shown to have it. Are you kidding me?
The thing is, Ginger, is you should know at this point, I am very willing to be loud and wrong. Next week, I might have something different to say. But as of right now, he has it.
But at the same time, we're talking about 1 foot out the door. Moicano is way more focused on his podcast and his character that he's been doing. Yes, he is.
Fun.
I will say though, because I do be listening. Training, he doesn't show up. It's literally been the thing. People in the comments and everyone they've been laughing how he hasn't been showing up to the podcast. That is
I never listened to it, so
I do be following it a bit. It's a nice little thing to go to sleep to at night and stuff.
Mr. 34% takedown accuracy is going to go out there and get Moicano down. Mr.
I never said anything about Dariush taking him down. He's going to hurt him.
Accuracy as Moicano.
Brother, Benny's been a top-ranked lightweight for 8 years, and this is the highest Moicano in his career.
Yeah, and he's been there without doing anything.
That's just not true. An 8-fight win streak?
Loud and wrong.
That's top 5 in the division's history, I'm pretty sure.
I know, he has a really good win streak.
Yes, because a 44%...
I'm so aware.
Yes, because a 44% takedown accuracy is a lot better, and at a 71% takedown defense from Moicano.
Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah yourself.
A bunch of hoopla. Listen. Moicano's on my draft, and he's gonna fucking win. All right,
he's going down.
All right,
he's gonna lose based on the fact that
some other things. But as of right now, I said what I said.
We love you, Moicano.
Moicano absorbs more strikes than
even Gilbert doesn't believe Moicano's winning this fight.
Exactly.
Don't say that. He didn't
go
say that.
Listen to the pod, and you could hear it.
He didn't say that. You're putting a tone in his voice.
Nah,
that you
bro,
wanted
you
to
didn't
hear.
Said it how he said it.
I don't need to listen.
Matty Betts was all like, Moicano's going out there and winning, and Gilbert's like, this is a tough fight. Like,
Moicano's not gonna. I'm sorry.
Mr. Benny Dariush is
Moicano's getting hurt.
and ready to retire.
No, Moicano's gonna get hurt. Go down. He's going to try and shoot it on a takedown, get Darst at 1 minute, 48 seconds of the second round.
He's going to throw up a flying armbar and get it.
The real actual thing, though, is that Benny, it does have to finish him 4 minutes, 5 seconds of round 1, because the only 2 losses that Moicano has at lightweight, because the RDA loss is a catch weight. First round knockout to Fizzy, 405. First round Darst choke loss to Islam, 405. Both the same exact time. So Benny's going to finish him 405 for the first round because that's the rightful way.
And when he doesn't, Moicano's going to go out there round 2, sub him. And I know I said flying armbar, but obviously.
When was the last time Dariush was subbed?
He was getting a rear naked choke.
Never.
No, he was subbed once in the second round.
Make this numero 2.
Okay, but it was Michael Chiesa. Michael Chiesa has way better grappling than Moicano. So
Benny's old.
He's younger than Moicano.
Mentally.
That's true. Moicano's gonna have kids for like another 30 years. Like Benny is he's a dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I love how this is the fight that got the most intense on. It's hilarious.
It does deserve it. Me and Jimmy have been very intense about this fight for months since it was originally booked for the January.
I know.
Yeah.
Last fight on the main card though, because Paulo Costa fell out. He got rescheduled on Kapilov, which really does suck. Just that happening again. I was just excited for him to get hopefully get a win against a guy that's still in the UFC. And
I kind of wanted Roman to win.
I wanted Paulo to win.
I love Paulo, but I like Kopylov. I was ready for him to get
I was hoping for a Kopylov spinning heel kick KO.
You hate Paulo Costa, but that's fuck you. But
fuck you.
I just finally wanted Paulo to get a win against someone that's not instantly going to retire or get cut, so then people could not have the stat that he doesn't have a win over anyone in the UFC currently. Because it's just always sad when good fighters end up with that, and it's it's not their fault.
No, it's not their fault, but still, he doesn't have a win over any fighters in the UFC currently.
I know.
Yeah, but there was also no reason for him to fight top 5 guys with that stat. You know what I mean?
So we'll see. I forget if they already have a date for that, right? It's in July.
It's already. Let me look it real quick.
Was it moved to Abu Dhabi? Or
I thought it was July.
They're on Poirier Holloway 3. They're on UFC 318.
I was gonna say it's either 318 or Abu Dhabi's the end of July 26th.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we'll see how that one plays out then. But the new main card fight that we got a week ago, Payton Talbott, he's back after his super rough loss to Hayani Barcelos. He is taking on Felipe Lima, who's 14-1 overall, a very good prospect in his own right. 3-0 in the UFC, I believe.
2-0.
Yeah, 2-0.
Muhammad Naimov and Miles Jones.
And a very good grappler in his own right after Payton Talbott showed some deficiencies in being able to get up from bottom position.
Yeah, honestly, as soon as they announced this, I was just like, holy fuck, this is not the fight for Payton to come back to. This is rough, man. I don't think Payton wins this fight.
So, okay, I had that thought initially, when this was first booked. But the one thing that I will say about this fight, and that is a big difference, is Payton in the Hayani Barcelos fight, obviously it was really rough, his inability and all of that. But it's not that his takedown defense is always bad. Like, it was obviously a very bad performance and he showed really bad stuff there. But I also think that Raoni Barcelos is just a really good vet and has far more experience than him and could kind of deal with the dumb shit of Payton that he likes to kind of pull sometimes. As to where Felipe is the same age as him. You know what I mean? Obviously, like, he had fights, but a lot of regional fights, you know, so not sure where that'll stack, like, against, like, you know, the type of fights that Raoni within the UFC, but it's like they're both 27 years old. Payton does have a high pace. He does have like good striking. And I just wonder if like his athleticism will give him an issue, like Felipe an issue when it comes to the wrestling, because we've seen him do crazy shit to get out of takedowns and things like that. So I wonder if that was the difference of like Raoni just being that veteran and like, no, like, you're not about to play these games, but like Felipe is gonna be like, why the fuck is he backflipping out of the shit, you know? Like, and like, I'm not saying that 100%, like, it's very live for Felipe to have issues with it, but like Felipe in his 2 fights doesn't have the greatest takedown accuracy, and just like, you know, so I'm like, just saying, I don't think, sorry.
But like, the names that he's fought are Muhammad Imov and Miles Johns. Like, I feel like he's just fought a higher level of competition than Payton Talbott as well, though.
No, so yeah, I agree. I'm just throwing out the possibility that it might not be a full shutout is all. No, yeah. Like, because my initial thoughts were the same thing of like, bro, Felipe's grappling. He's just going to do what Raoni did basically, but maybe better or whatever, you know? But I'm just trying to like think like, you know, especially after that, like, who knows what he's worked on, tried to put together a little bit, and or maybe just taking it more serious. Like, I'm not trying to shut him out totally, you know?
I get it. Because it's cause one thing with it too that is like a little bit just also interesting, because it's like, him getting the submission win over Muhammad Naimov in his debut, like, that is a very solid win, especially up at 145 pounds. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Being able to like out grapple him and do, like, clearly showing the ability and physicality.
Oh yeah, that's true. Both of his fights were 45 and this is 35.
Exactly. So it's like, I also just wonder, like, one, like, he is normally a 35er outside the UFC, so it's like, I wonder how that's gonna like look. But it's just, if he's that physical and like able to do that up at 145, if that's like carrying down to 135, like, this could, like, I really do think that like this could very much like be just a hard fight.
I didn't even think about that. And so him just being, but also it's like, it's not like he's huge, but he might be physical because of that. Because it's like, 5'6" with a 68-inch reach opposed to Payton, who is 5'10". It's only 2-inch reach advantage, but
but like, you know, for Payton, it's like, because, you know, the second win, like getting it over Miles Johns is also a 135er, and they just had to fight at 145. And he looked nowhere near as good against Miles Johns as I thought he would with how he looked against Naimov. And so, you know what I mean? Like, Payton is a very good striker and very good, like, you know, just mobile on the feet and stuff. So it's like, there is just the possibility, you know, that, maybe like just his like skill set does just give him problems. And it is like you said, it's not like he has the greatest takedown accuracy in those fights. So it's like, you know, I'm just really curious on like him at 135, like how that actually plays out and, you know, what that looks like against Payton. But I do think that, it's just super hard fight for Payton, and I don't know what the odds are.
The odds right now are plus 145 Payton, and Felipe Lima is a minus 180. But they're not like huge, like, mainly probably because Lima is moving down, quote unquote, to 35, so they're probably putting a little bit of respect on that, and the fact that like it's one of those things where it is a styles makes fight thing. So I don't know, like, Payton Talbott moves a lot. He likes to switch stances a lot. He likes to make it hard on his opponents. So this could be one of those ones where it's just a styles make fight situation. He's able to get the win here. It's just one of those things where I feel like if Felipe Lima does get his hands on him being able to take down a 45er, like, I think he might just be too strong and too physical for Payton to be able to get out of that.
No, it's very possible. But it should be a good one. Definitely, it should be a good fight to just to. So excited for that.
Sure.
Let's go. That is the pay-per-view portion of the card. The prelims, we got some pretty damn good fights on the prelims, honestly, too. The one I'll start out with first, I definitely want to talk about it. Prelim headliner, Jack Hermansson taking on Robocop. My motherfucking boy, Jack. It's been so hard throughout all these years. I haven't believed in him in many years. And I definitely don't believe in him in this fight.
Damn.
This is nightmare style matchup for him.
hugely physical jiu-jitsu black belt who's able to knock people out on the feet.
Oh yeah, huh? It's for just so long. It's like, yeah, Jack, he's got real good grappling. He doesn't have like the greatest takedowns, like, the best wrestling with that, but like he's got solid striking. Like he's not bad at all. But if you put shots on him, like you can hurt him, you can very much deter him and just make him just nervous and not know what to do. It's like, yeah, he's not going to be able to just out-grapple Robocop, and he's just going to put some big old shots on him that are going to be a problem for Jack. It just sucks because I love Jack. I'd love to see him get them, but I do want to see Robocop do some good things in this division after that loss to Jared. This is a very good fight to get him a good name to get another shot into the rankings. That's not a fucking top 5 guy. You know what I mean?
Especially considering, like right now, Hermansson's not even in the rankings, but like he beats him. He was a top 15 guy forever. It gets him a chance at the top 15. And honestly, like you got some guys who are fighting, you got like Kapilov and Costa, on the next pay-per-view, where loser of that could fight the winner of this. You have Marvin Vettori versus Beneil, loser of that could fight the winner of this, like depending on how things go.
Or you do the right thing and give him a boost and get a boost the fuck out of there. Like, I don't...
Boost is still in the ranking?
Yeah, like,
number
I don't
15.
know why they went from CLD to, hey, here's Jared. Like...
It was weird. It was weird.
Yeah, I agree with that. Book him against a boost after this. Let's do that.
I just realized most of the fights are coming up in middleweight. They're right next to each other. So Roma deletes if I remember right, is fighting Anthony Hernandez, correct?
Yep.
That's 8 and 9 fighting each other. 10 and 11 with Marvin Vettori and Brendan Allen. 13-14 with Costa and Roman Kapilov.
Yeah, that's really funny. That's terrible.
That's
like the worst way to do it.
That's the worst thing you can do for a division because barely anything happens when someone wins.
Well, no, what you do is, so it's like you have so like the 3 winners, like the highest, like from this 2 sets, like they all go like, in front, like, so it, let's say Fluffy wins, then it's him, Brendan Allen, then he gets ranked behind him, then Kapilov wins, let's say he gets ranked behind, and then it's the 3 losers, then it's then it's Roman, then it's Marvin, and then it's Paulo, That's the way to do it. Yeah, it's terrible. Barely any movement. That's a very funny way to do it.
I feel like the only argument for it, I guess, is there's literally nothing going on at the top. Like Nasruddin finally like talking about he'll fight Kaio, but it's like Sean silence. Hamzat gonna fight for the title. Who knows what Izzy's doing? Whitaker, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like it's probably close to the end of the year coming back.
1 to 5.
Yeah.
Where it's like, let these guys, whoever's going to win, like especially someone like Fluffy, just further extend your win streak. Even if you're only going 1 more number up, when things start to clear up, maybe he can actually get himself a big fight. You know what I mean? Maybe Whitaker will be like, all right, I'm ready to take a fight now, or whatever happens where it just works that way,
Yeah.
And also, I forgot to mention Jared Cannonier fighting Michael Venom Page. That's another fight in the top 15 that's like, okay, that's interesting, but potentially not helping the division.
MVP beats Jared, and he just gets the winner of DDP Hamzat. I know that wouldn't happen, but it'd be funny. Just throw a bigger wrench into it, you know what I mean? But let's see how that fight goes at middleweight for Jack and Robocop. Should be a good one though. What do you guys want to bring up off of these prelims? What are you real excited for? I know which one Kate wants to talk about.
I was about to say, if you got one, go ahead.
Well, T-Rex and Slava Claus.
Oh, that's not what I thought.
Oh, what did you think?
I thought you wanted to talk about debut and undefeated fighter Alvin Hines taking on Johanta Denise.
You're an asshole, Jimmy.
But continue with what you were saying.
Any fucking way. Bro, it's a T-Rex Slava fight.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
It's a short-lived, real quick bout of violence. Who? Is T-Rex gonna hurt Slava and be the first one to knock him out? Because he could easily be.
Do you think he could be the first one to knock him out?
I think he definitely has the chance to be that guy, or he could easily hurt him and hop on a sub. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he's like, damn, like, you're down, let me just hop on the back real quick, like a rear naked choke. You know what I mean? or is Slava, because we all know that T-Rex could get knocked beyond life for real easily. It's like, is he going to be the one to get it done?
Yep.
It's just going to be a lot of violence until it's over quickly in probably the first round.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I do kind of favor T-Rex in that one. I will say that.
I kind of do too, but it's just, it could just so easily go the other way.
Oh, yeah. That's the problem with it.
Because that's where it's like, just favoring it. Because it's, we're like, I want to favor him, but it's like you have a guy who is very kill or be killed, glass cannon, who goes out there recklessly with stuff, trying to knock someone out, but could very easily get knocked out against a very good boxer who loves to war that tries to knock people out and has never been knocked out. You just, on paper with that, like, it really should be Slava that lands the punch to put him out. You know what I mean? But like, I feel like he's going to be the first one to get him out of there. Maybe it's the fact of just thinking about Chase Hooper, just knocking him down. You know what I mean? And if he could do that, like, what is a shot from T-Rex going to do, you know? But like,
Also, I actually think it's going to go to the second round.
You think so?
Yes.
It's possible. It could take a little bit, but
yeah,
it definitely ends by finish. For sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. It doesn't go to a decision. This is not about to be T-Rex's first decision.
Nope, not at all. But that should definitely be an amazingly fight at 105 pounds on the prelims. Let's go.
Oh yeah.
Ginger, what about you though? What you got on the prelims that you're most excited for?
The one that I'm most excited for is at 170 pounds. It's Jacobe Kobe Smith versus Niko Price. Just because, like, Jacobe Smith looked extremely good in his last fight. He's now getting Niko Price, who, like, yes, can be knocked out, but sometimes can be hard to get out of there. He is a wily vet, so it is one of those things where I think, like, he could do something, but, like, this is a pretty good test for someone who's 1-0 in the UFC. I would like to see more than what he did in his last one, it being, you know, a minute, 13 seconds into the first round.
I just don't know if we're going to see more.
I don't know either.
That's where it's like, because you're 100% right, where it's like Niko is tough, and like, it's like, if you're not good, like, he can if Jacobe really isn't ready, like, Niko can definitely get the upset, get it done over him, and just show that experience and stuff, I do think Jacobe is good though, and he is very solid, and I fucking love Niko Price. He is one of my boys that it has not been going good for him, like, lately at all. Jacobe probably knocks him out in the first round. Like, I am so worried for Niko in this one, because I just feel like this is easy money for Jacobe Smith. And it pains me to say it. Oh my god. It's because I really thought that Preston Parsons, like, just his nickname Pressure, like, I really thought he'd put on a pace and, like, just go after him, and he would not be able to, like, have his feet under him to, like, just get him out of there. You know what I mean? And he just made it look easy. And it's like, Niko is slow, and, like, it's just, he's so slow and open that,
Especially like with Preston Parsons, like, he had gone to decision with Oban Elliott, Matthew Semmelsberger, Trevin Giles, Evan Elder before that. Like, the only person who knocked him out in the UFC was D-Rod. Like, and that was back in 2021. He hadn't gotten knocked out since then. I think that was his second KO TKO loss. You know what I mean? The first one was Mike Perry. Yes, that Mike Perry back in 2015.
Very nice. But I'm scared for my boy.
I understand why,
because I know Smith obviously he's only had 2 fights between Contender Series and then his 1 fight in the UFC. So there's only 2 fights to get his stats off of, and he didn't fight for very long. But his striking accuracy is 70%, and I know the grappling they messed up.
Is hilarious.
But it says that his takedown average per 15 minutes is 11.5.
Beautiful.
With a takedown accuracy of 87% and takedown defense of 0%.
Oh, wait, hold on. Because does he have takedowns or whatever in those fights?
In the Contender Series, he landed 7.
The thing is, because he got takedowns and like the fights they like extrapolated as if
it's just hilarious.
Like, yeah, so it's like if the fight went 3 minutes and he landed 5 takedowns, their stats are going to be as if he's landing 5 takedowns every 3 minutes for 15. Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah,
but either way,
that's where it ends up.
It's just but hilarious way, like when I saw that.
Strikes landed per minute 7.3, striking accuracy 7%, strikes absorbed 1.9.
Yeah,
like those are great numbers. Again, I'm very aware that it's only 2 fights, not very long-lived fights. But
I forgot Niko absorbs 5.5 strikes per minute.
Sounds about right. I wouldn't have been surprised if you said in the 6 or 7, like, and if it was higher. Like, Jacobe Smith got this. Like that. Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be very sad, but should be at least exciting.
True.
Depends on how long it lasts, I guess.
Yeah, very true. I feel like anything like last 2 kind of things to mention of this card. Viviane Araújo taking on Tracy Cortez in the prelims. That's a top 15 ranked fight between the 2 of them. I do think Viviane is gonna get it done over Tracy. I feel like that's a super rough fight for her.
Yeah.
But then just, with the undefeated stat of like this year and everything with all the fighters, 5 undefeated fighters on this card. So definitely interested to see how that plays out and how their how that record changes after.
They really played the cards with this one. Recently.
It started off real rough, but now it's like 22 and 24 or something like that.
21 and 25.
21 and 25. So yeah, they've caught up very closely. So all undefeated fighters wins this this weekend, then they're gonna end up positive. It's kind of crazy.
No, but 2 of them are making their UFC debuts. Like it's that's kind of rough
for sure.
Yeah, but they're fighting Cedricus Dumas.
Yes.
And Denise, which that could be a tough fight, but we'll see.
Denise is actually a tough fight. Like
yeah. He's only 2-1 in the UFC, 8-1 overall against the guy that's 7-0, so not like a super gap.
Yeah, but the one he lost to is Marcin Tybura, like a top 10.
I know.
No, I know, but
it's a tough fight. But like in general, it's not like it's just this wild experience gap.
No, yeah, I get what you're saying. It's just like, this dude though, 8 wins, 7 of them being KO TKOs for Denise, and then Hines 3-1. Like he's at least like, either or. Like I'll finish on the ground or with. Oh no, this dude's a grappler. He might actually beat. I need to watch some of his fights to know if I think he actually beats Denise or not. Because if he's actually a good grappler, shit.
I'd be interested in seeing the heavyweight division. I would love that.
Yeah, we need more of them.
Yes. But let's go. That is all of the stuff to bring up from UFC 317. Hopefully it turns out great. We do also have Jake Paul fighting weekend coming up against Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. So hopefully Chavez Jr. could get it done. That'd be very nice. But probably not. And then if there's been talks that apparently if Jake Paul wins this, he's going to get a title shot. So if that happens, that would actually be kind of cool because then he'd get real fucked up.
Oh, he's going to get messed up in that one if he does get one cruiserweight title shot. But also on the card, Holly Holm, first boxing match I think since 2013 or 2015.
Yeah, I didn't even know that it was that recently that she would have had one.
Sorry, 2011. No, wait. Yeah, 2013.
Okay. Crazy.
First Mary McGee.
But yeah, just Holly Holm in the Boxing Hall of Fame for, women. Just absolutely legend. So yeah, cool to see her getting an opportunity to go back. I'm sure she'll make a good ton of money on that card. So very nice.
Oh yeah.
On to some fight news. Don't have a lot at all. Only a couple things. The most major thing, which it's just like it's just such a non-thing at this point. Dana made it official. Jones has retired. Tom Aspinall, undisputed heavyweight champ, which it's like, he's been the champ since November of 23. So,
I'm just glad this is finally over and we can move on from this chapter.
And just actually get shit going. We'll see just what ends up with the heavyweight division, but it probably just fight Cyril Gane next. I would assume.
That's what's being targeted. I think that I saw they're trying to do it for UFC Paris, which like why?
That'd be a big fight. I don't know.
They don't make it a pay-per-view.
But I mean, definitely, if they're fighting, if Tom's fighting, it's like they're not having their heavyweight title in fucking on a fight night card. Like, yeah, that's
yeah.
But yeah, so that's nice. Tom finally gets that. The one thing that I do wonder is just like how the record books actually just like reflect if he has like a title defense or not. You know what I mean? So we'll just kind of see, because then it's like if he does 2 title defenses and then he ties up Stipe, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if not, now he's got to get 3 to tie it, 4 to win it. So he's got some work to do as a champion to get those records.
Well, I mean, he was upgraded to undisputed title holder, so it should be a defense.
Well, I'm saying with like Curtis Blades, you know what I mean? Like just like how that, like just what that.
It's an interim.
Yeah, but
it's still a title win. So it'll be his first. Him against Gane would be his first defense. The history books will say it that way for his undisputed title.
Yeah. But yeah, so see how that plays out. What goes on with the heavyweight division? Let's go.
No, yeah. If Gane doesn't give him problems, he's gonna beat that record.
Yeah, 100%, no doubt about that. And then the only 2 fights to bring up, Sumadarji, he is back taking on Kevin Borshchev. Should be a very fun fight at 100.
Oh yeah,
gonna be a banger. Let's go. I don't even know when that fight's scheduled for.
August 23rd. Yeah.
Gotcha. So very nice addition to that card. Should be fun. And then the other one, C-Rod taking on Andre Fili.
Apex card, August 9th.
Very fun. But yeah, just
that's
another solid fight for C-Rod at 145 pounds. If he gets that done, they'll definitely start getting him into just some bigger names and more like notable fighters and like, outside the ring.
Yeah, but is he going to be able to get it done?
Probably not.
Like, these are the exact fights he loses.
Yeah. Like, I don't even know if he, wins this one, but it's like, yeah, if he does, like, that'll definitely just the best win on his resume, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
100%.
But hell yeah, those are all the fights. Those are all the fights to talk about from this weekend coming up. I hope everyone enjoyed it all. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe to the podcast. It helps out. Drop a comment. Let us know what you think of all these fights. And we will catch you, hopefully, to an amazing review with the champion having his name be Charles Oliveira. Let's go. Peace out, everyone.